Hey everyone, I'm Julian, and let me introduce you to the Acer Predator Triton 700. Now, the first thing you'll notice is it's thin, really thin. At just 0.7 inches tall and 5.4 pounds, this laptop won't wear you out if you're carrying it in a backpack or big purse all day. Now, you might think that at such a slim profile, you'd have to sacrifice graphical horsepower, but they've managed to squeeze a Max-Q GTX 1080 in there with a base clock of 1290 MHz. When we played Destiny 2 on the highest settings with a field of view of 100, we hovered around 100 frames per second and dipped as low as 85 FPS when the action got really intense. But those numbers can go higher. Acer found that even though they've got one of the most powerful cards in a chassis less than the width of my thumb, they still had some wiggle room to play with. So they did what any red-blooded gamer would do and overclock the GPU. Overclocked, this card can run at 1440 MHz and boost up to 1618 MHz. And that's because of a hyper-efficient fan that you can actually see through an eye-catching glass panel at the top. Right next to it, there's a touchpad, and since it's made of Gorilla Glass, your fingers are going to feel right at home if you've ever used a smartphone. Moving down, you can see the keyboard, which out of the box have this sweet turquoise to match the rest of the laptop. But if you're not a fan, you can pick from any of the other 16.7 million possible colors. The screen is a 120Hz Full HD LCD with G-Sync to keep your frame stable and tear-free. But if you want more, the Triton 700 has the ports to support up to 3 external displays. This thing actually has a surprising amount of ports, including 3 USB 3.0s, Thunderbolt 3, a secret USB 2.0, and Gigabit Ethernet to supplement the killer Double-Shot Pro Wi-Fi. Other internals include an Intel Core i7-7700HQ processor running at 2.8 GHz, 32 GB of RAM, and dual 256 GB NVMe PCIe SSDs in an RAID configuration. They can transfer files faster than I can say all those letters. And yes, I know it's pronounced RAID. So there you have it, the Predator Triton 700 from Acer.